Yeah, you can even just see that this one here is more of that cotton, clothy, like a nice worn-in t-shirt that you love. And this one is more like that middle school basketball jersey type sensation, or a lacrosse penny. What's up guys, Tijuana here from Supwell, founder and CEO, and today I'm going to take you through my thoughts on two of the best running shoes in my rotation right now. In one corner we got the Saucony Endorphin Shift 3, and in the other corner we got the ASICS Gel-Nimbus 25. Let's get into it. The Endorphin Shift 3 is formulated with the Power Run midsole, which is Saucony's main premium daily training running foam. In their lineup, it's in shoes like the Ride and the Guide and the Kinvara. And here there's a max stack. I'll throw up the stats so you can see everything. It is a rockered platform up in the forefoot. We got a nice beveled heel in the back, and we got this plastic heel clip for added stability on landings. The ASICS Gel-Nimbus 25 uses ASICS Flight Foam Blast Plus foam, which is in shoes like the new Magic Speed 3. It's also in the Nova Blast, and this is a softer compound. It's an EVA blend, and in here it's a 41.5 millimeter stack of foam in the heel with a gel unit for some softer impact absorbing landings. The upper on the ASICS Gel-Nimbus 25 is a knit material, while on the Saucony Endorphin Shift 3 it's more of this kind of scratchy engineered mesh type of situation. This one you can think of like your favorite cotton t-shirt that you've had in your closet for 10 years, whereas this one is going to be more like that lacrosse penny or basketball jersey type of feeling, that more athletic wear. The ASICS Gel-Nimbus 25 is roomy and forgiving, while the Saucony Endorphin Shift 3 has much more of a race day feel. So the Shift 3 comes from Saucony's Endorphin lineup, which includes the Pro, the Elite, and the Speed, which are all speed-oriented shoes, whereas this is their more daily training option, but it does carry over some of the elements from that family, which include the rocker and then the upper, whereas the ASICS Gel-Nimbus 25 is just a pure comfort-oriented shoe, so it has a roomy and forgiving fit all throughout the upper with a nice stretchy tongue. They both have a decent amount of rubber covering on the outsole. You can't see as well on the ASICS Gel-Nimbus 25 because the rubber is the same color as the foam, but nicely covered. I have started to wear through some of this rubber in the back here on the lateral side due to my strike pattern. Here's the same thing, but we only have 150 miles on this one versus 300 miles on this one. They have similar widths, and when you land on both of them, there's a nice cushioned transition through the rocker. That's really where the similarities end with these two though. The ASICS has a much softer feel underfoot. Every time that I take a step in these, I can feel that FF Blast plus Eco Foam compressing and then releasing, whereas in the Saucony, it's a much more hard, firm sensation that's really aided by the roll. If you look even and see me press in here, you can see how much softer that foam is than if I do that in this one. It's not really the same type of thing. I like how both of these things look. This one's from the Saucony Visi Pro line, which is their early morning or nighttime running collection. So it has this reflective blue and then some more details that are reflective as well. It looks like a traditional running shoe, whereas this one, they're trying to go more, I think, fashion inspired, almost has that Allbirds type aesthetic where it's cleaner, white. The marketing colorway for this thing was pure white, which was a nice look, but I decided to go for the cream and fawn version. That's the one that was out at the time when I bought these. So in terms of the overall ride, this one is soft and cushioned. This one is firm and responsive. The Endorphin Shift 3 can handle faster paces a bit better. And so if I'm doing a daily training run, let's call it a 6 mile run in my aerobic zone, if I'm putting these on, I'm probably gonna be hitting 725. And if I'm putting these on, I'm probably gonna be hitting 735 to 745. And that's just because the way that these land and the way that they encourage foot strike and movement, I'm going to want to be going a little faster in the shift because of that firm responsive midsole versus the ASICS Gel-Nimbus where it's more plush and sinking into the ground type of a feeling. Both of these platforms have solid stability. In the ASICS, it's due to inherent stability just because of how wide this rear landing area is. And you can see as you look at the back, the midsole flares out, but there's also just a general wide platform. In the Saucony Endorphin Shift 3, also a very wide base, but in the back here you have this heel clip which provides some stability. So I'm a neutral pronator, I don't wear stability shoes. This is the most stability I have in any of my running shoes, just this little clip here, but I've never had an issue with either of these in my daily training. In terms of use case, I use these slightly differently. Because this has a ride that's a bit faster and more responsive, I'll use this for everything daily training. That's why I've racked up 320 miles on this since I got it, versus these, I only really reach for the Gel-Nimbus when I know I want something super comfortable. So if I'm doing double runs, I'll use this for my afternoon run, or if I had a super hard workout the day before, I'll lace these up in the morning and I want to go out there and move. That's the primary use case of this shoe. If I want to go out there and move and be comfortable and know my legs are going to be cushioned and padded, the Gel-Nimbus is my go-to. When it comes to price, these are in the same bracket. The Shift 3 is $150, the Gel-Nimbus is $160, so that won't really be a big determining factor between the two. I think they're both worth their value. The Shift 3 is good if you want something that's a bit firmer, and the Gel-Nimbus is good if you want something that's a bit softer, but they both have tons of foam, tons of support, tons of stability and cushion for all of your marathon training and high mileage needs. Now, in terms of who I would recommend these for, so the Shift 3 is my go-to recommendation for any bigger or taller runners. For some context, I'm 6'2" and 160 to 65 pounds, so I have a lower cadence as well, and I run with a lot of force. So this being a firmer max cushion shoe, it really leverages my biomechanics to the best extent, because with a thick stack of responsive foam like this, it's almost like the same thing as running with a carbon plated shoe, where the extra rigidity of the platform helps with propulsion. On the other case, this is extremely supportive and stable, and I recommended it for anyone who wants a big, cushiony, slow shoe, but it's not going to be as good for regular daily training. So I recommend this for your rotation if you're looking for something very comfortable that you can use for recovery runs, or that you can use for, even walking around town, or just having a super comfy shoe in your lineup. All right guys, that does it. That is our head-to-head comparison of the ASICS Gel-Nimbus 25 and the Saucony Endorphin Shift 3. They are both great shoes. I can't pick a favorite. It's like, having two kids. We'll be doing plenty more of these comparison, head-to-head, and review videos in the coming weeks. So like, follow, leave comments below on what you want to see, on which one of these has worked for you, or what you're going to buy in the next coming months. And stay tuned for more updates on everything in the world of performance running.